Okay, so let's get into this. These are the 5 mistakes people make before filing for disability benefits. And it's one of those things where they keep doing it, and I'm not sure why. I've made videos about some of these things before, but I just want to go ahead and create this video so that as we move forward as a society, you hopefully will not do these things. Some of you have already done them, and now you're stuck. It is what it is. You know what I mean? All right, let's get right to it. Number one, you wait too long to file. Okay, if you're filing for veteran benefits, LTD benefits, workers' comp benefits, you can file immediately for SSDI benefits. And you know what you should be doing? Filing immediately for SSDI benefits. Do not wait. The SSA takes long enough as it is to adjudicate your claim. Just start them. Just file them. All right. Then there's also the I'm going to go back to work at some point, people. If you've made it past 3 months and you're not able to go back to work at that point, your choice is done. You just file for SSDI benefit. You get the process started. Then there's the I'm waiting for the forms to magically appear in front of me. Whatever, man. You can file this stuff online. You can file in paper. You can file it over the phone. Whatever, man. Get it filed. Okay. Next one. I'm not sure what to do, people. Right? I don't know, man. I don't know. I have a live session usually on Mondays and Thursdays. If you're not sure, call in during that. Okay. We're doing one right after this video. It's going to be super late, but we're doing one right after this video. Now, so number one mistake is they don't file for SSDI benefits soon enough. Okay, cool. Next one, number 2. They choose a law firm through a service that finds law firms. Okay. All right. If they are advertising on Facebook and YouTube, but they aren't a law firm, or they are a group that is a law firm that then finds you a law firm to represent you for disability benefits, right? That means that the law firm that's actually going to get chosen to work on your claim has to pay a hefty referral fee. Could be 15%, could be 25% of what that attorney is going to make on your claim. Now, that law firm that ultimately works on your claim, if they lose 15 to 25% of what they're supposed to make by winning your claim, that means they have to do 15 to 25% less on your claim because they no longer have that income coming in. So to be very fair, by the way, that's that weird whiny sound. That's my AC unit. It's starting to cough up a lung. So to be very fair, and it's also just obnoxiously hot in Florida. When I got my car 2 days ago, it was 108 degrees in my car. Or sorry, the car read as 108 degrees. All right, so just to be clear, if you're choosing a law firm from a group that's going to find you a law firm or advertises as a law firm, and then they have to send you to a law firm, then you have literally set yourself up for a shittier experience with winning disability benefits, when you could have just called the law firms in your area or the law firms that you trust. You could just call them. Like, hey, I'm thinking about what would you do with the claim? What do you think the weaknesses of my situation are when it comes to a disability claim? What would you do? You could just call the law firm. I don't know why you wouldn't just cut the middleman out. All right. As a result of those attorneys taking that 15 to 25% cut, they can never do as much as the firms that are not part of that whole fishing game, because those attorneys have a quarter of the money taken from them. So if they get a chunk taken out of their fee as a referral fee, then they can't use that money to fight your claim because it was spent on the referral. Cool. Awesome. Number 3, they choose a law firm that does a bunch of different things. When a law firm has lots of different practice areas, that means that they must sell. That size of their firm matters, and that they are big enough to be successful enough to earn your respect and business. The best thing you can get from this video is that when you are looking for an attorney specifically, find one that only does disability-oriented legal topics. SSDI, VA compensation, LTD, workers' comp. Do not pick the ones that do personal injury and disability, because they only do disability as an add-on to the personal injury claims. Somebody gets injured, they'll do your disability claim as well. It is not the main focus of what they are doing. And because they only do, this disability as an add-on, you're not going to get somebody who lives with disability, who lives in proving disability. You're going to go with somebody who lives in trying to prove as much damages as possible in a personal injury claim. Because remember, the disability claim to them is microscopic attorney's fees compared to their attorney fee from the personal injury. All right. When you have multiple types of claims, you can get a law firm for each type. This makes the law firms work together to win. So you got this claim, this claim, this claim, this claim, this claim, right? You got a personal injury claim, right? You got a Social Security claim, right? And you got a workers' comp claim. Now, look, the workers' comp and the disability, they're like that. You can get one for that. But PI, SSDI, those are two separate. You got to split those. You got to have different law firms that are competing to win the benefits. And, this way you get lots of attorneys on your situation from different law firms. All the attorneys want to get paid, and some are lazier than others. So if you pick a couple of attorneys for your situation, one for your personal injury, one for your workers' comp, one for your SSDI, then you have 3 chances of one pulling some stronger weight to win the claim. Then you use that win to bolster the other attorneys. It's just a good way to do it. Number 4, choose a law firm that has an attorney who will call you back within 3 days. Okay. Attorneys are usually very busy unless they've gotten to the point where they just have their staff doing everything, and then they step back and they're hardly present. There are some law firms that work like that. It's not that uncommon. It's basically becoming less common because the cost of having employees do stuff is outrageous now. So the bottom line is, for what the dollar's worth and what it can buy, all right. Sometimes it takes longer, to get a hold of an attorney because of brief writing. And sometimes you have to call them again because they're overloaded with work. If the attorney does a lot of custom review and writings, it will take longer for that attorney to get back to you, but give them the time to call you back. Here's why. If an attorney never gets back to you when you try to hire them, then one of 5 things is happening with that situation. Number 1, the attorney is never going to be available anyway. So it's just not going to happen. Number 2, the staff handles everything and the lawyer rarely talks to clients. That happens with a lot of these big box firms. The attorney never actually communicates with them, etc. The next thing that happens, just to be very clear with this, is that the attorney is overloaded from their current caseload, which is pretty much what happens across the spectrum now, other than PI attorneys. It happens more nowadays than ever since the crushed economy and increase in payroll. Just so you guys know, when you go to the grocery store and it seems like you've gone to the movie theater and you're paying movie theater prices, that's the same thing for business grocery stores, printers, laptops, paper, pens, programs, all that junk. It's massively increased in price. Number 4, there might be an attorney who's also shy. It sounds weird to say that, but it happens. Some attorneys are shy and they just don't want to get on the phone. 5, the attorney is focused on other areas of the law firm that are more profitable. This happens all the time with your PI people, right? They're focused on winning the personal injury claim. They're not super focused on winning your disability claim because the disability claim doesn't pay them much. Okay. Now, when you interact with the firm, here's another thing. When you go to file, right, and you're like, hey, I want to find a firm. What should I do? How do I pick? What question should I ask them? There's this question I get all the time. And I just want to set the record straight on this question, because this question is not helpful in any way to your existence, but you'll use it. And please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy these videos, if they show you kind of something that's important here. All right, so here's the deal. Number 1. If a lawyer, so the claimant, the potential beneficiary will call up the law firm, ring, 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 talking to them, blah, 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 blah. The potential disabled person, the potential person that wants to file, potential person that wants to start a claim says, hey, law firm, what's your percentage of success? This is a shitty question Even though at first it feels like it's a smart question, it's actually a shitty question. Let me explain why. If a lawyer takes on more difficult claims because they know they can win a percentage of them, then they will make more money, but will lose more claims and hurt their percentage. So they'll take tougher claims and they'll win a percentage of those tougher claims, and that will hurt their percentage of wins, but increase the amount of money they make. These are the attorneys who know how to work on the tougher claims, who know how to work with the claims that aren't adding up to look like a win. The lawyers who get fed claims from claim referral services, they only get specific claims that are more likely to win with specific requirements. These are not the attorneys who know how to work on tougher claims because they only receive claimants of a certain type. So it's like picking someone who can only win the easier ones. Like if you're like, what's your percentage? Like, oh, I have a 97% passage rate. That's not a great attorney. That's an attorney who doesn't know how to work the harder claims and make more money. That's an attorney that's just doing safe, easy claims. Okay. So, I know that's not what you want. You really want somebody that can win the middle ground, difficult claims that aren't as good, that are tougher to win. They're more hungry for the money. They are constantly improving their practice of law, learning new things. That's what you want. But, again, if you want to pick the highest percentage of win, right, and you're hoping that you've got a great claim, and then all of a sudden you find out, well, they lost and they didn't really do much. That's why. That is why. Number 2, instead of that question, ask them these questions. Number 1, after a summary of the claim is given to them, you tell them your story. What are the things that will most likely make this claim successful? Number 2, what are the things that will make this claim less successful? Number 3, what is the hardest part of this process and how can I prepare for it? Okay, number 4, what are bad things that can happen that we would not have control over? That's a really good question. None of you asked that. Number 5, all right, no, sorry, no, that's the end. So these are all great questions, and really none of you asked them. It's weird because, like for me, it's like you were trying to like find somebody to pick. You're trying to date someone. And, normally you would ask some questions. You'd ask them tough questions. Like, what is your stance on this? What do you think is a winning strategy for your life for this? What things have you invested the most money on that you feel have really not delivered? And what's your plan going forward with that as a result? What are the things that you love to do? And how do you expect to share them with me? Like actual real good dating questions. So think about it. Think about what questions you can ask an attorney that actually matter, that actually help, that actually build the claim. All right. This video is a short one. I will catch you all a little bit later, but please remember to like, please remember to subscribe. As you know, I'm Attorney Walter Hnot, the most viewed, subscribed to, clicked on disability attorney in America. So if you want me to work on your claim, give me a call during the 9 to 5 at the law firm. Just Google disability resolution, law firm, or disability resolution, Florida. Throw some stars up there if I've helped in some way with these videos, if you like. Also, please remember, we go live on Mondays and Thursdays. I'm going to be going live on Tuesday tonight for about 15 minutes to answer questions for free with the community. I'm going to catch you there. And then also, very important, if you want a 1-hour consultation, a 30-minute consultation where you already have benefits, you're looking to file at some point in the future, but you're not looking for representation, mini contract is below. You get an hour, 30 minutes, access to my brain. I'll catch you a little later. We'll rock and roll from there. Attorney Walter Hnot, see you at the next video. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.